Good morning, good people of Nigeria, Nigerian youths, greatest Nigerian youths, and it's me again, Shegun, and we're back at it again on the End SARS, SARS must go, SARS must end protest. And we're talking about why the protest is still on. I know a lot of people have been asking the questions, certainly about, oh yeah, you guys wanted SARS to end, and SARS has been ended, so what's still going on? Why are you guys still protesting? What else do you guys want? Blah blah blah, and this keeps going on. And I just feel like it's important to do a recap of where we are, where we're coming from, where we're at now, and why we're still doing what we're doing, or why the majority of Nigerian youths are still doing what they're doing. And but before I go on, I can't stress enough how proud I am as a person, as a Nigerian today, because it's been a long time coming, and many of us will feel some type of way about this, how things are going on in the country over certainly a long period of time. I've been like disillusioned if the youth are ever gonna like say enough is enough, and even when they say it, are they going to say it in a way that will be effective without bloodshed and violence? Because that's the last thing everyone wants. And like a dream, I still can't believe this is happening. I still can't believe we're having a successful, effective, well-mobilized protest that has been sustained for this long without violence on the part of Nigerian youth. The ones carrying out the assault, the oppressors are still the people that we're fighting again. So yeah, that's by the by. So yeah, on Sunday, the Inspector General of Police announced the dissolution of SARS. I believe after the meeting with the president on Friday over the weekend, and he announced the 5 points, the key the key points of his dissolution. I've addressed that in an earlier video, so you see the link in the description. And but the things that stuck out to people, the officers of SARS, the SARS personnel are going to be redeployed to that department, and that caused a bit of concern. Personally, when I mentioned that in my earlier video, I wasn't too hung up on that, because I was going to take the victory that, okay, yeah, we wanted SARS to go, SARS is gone. It's difficult to say end SARS and just like sack thousands of people, if not more, who are a personnel of SARS. Yeah, while we know that we know of their notoriety or how bad they've been, it would be unfair to say every member of SARS is bad. So I was kind of like going to take it on the chin that, okay, a victory is a victory, a win is a win where you get it. But before they could give the protest, or before the Inspector General of Police could drop his mic, people are already being attacked in that same very Abuja where he's making the protest. People who are being water cannoned, and sporadic of violence was happening in places across Nigeria. We heard of the Womasho incident. Yeah, even though people some people wrongly, I might add, destroyed or damaged part of the palace of the Bale, or the traditional ruler in Ogbomoso. But after that, 8 people were killed. 8 Nigerian youths were killed, and from there it carried on. People were being arrested, people were being set up, people were being trapped. There was a case of Ojabi that was arrested, and it won't let him see his lawyer. And there was another person who was killed by the police, ricochet bullets of the police, and it was claimed that it was one of the protests, and this was coming from the police. The deception surrounding the Jimo Isiaq incident too on Saturday, although that was before the dissolution, where they came on channels to say that nobody was killed. Police haven't killed anyone, when it was clear that the guy has been murdered. So this whole thing put together coming to a head again immediately after the IG announced the dissolution of SARS is the main reason why the process is still on. It goes to confirm the fear of Nigerian youths that these people aren't gonna stop, or even the IG can't control. Is it that the IG can't control his men? They're paying lip service to, okay, let's just tell them what they want to hear and just get them inside. Once they get inside, we won't let them come out again, because obviously this whole protest caught them off guard. This is a warm. I believe this is probably the most peaceful and effective protest in the history of Nigeria. Yeah, correct me if give me some history lesson if you know otherwise. A protest that was well mobilized, no violence on all sides or on the part of the protesters, and everyone was singing one tune. We want change. We want SARS to go, and what it stands with. What they don't realize was ENDSARS is symbolic. Yeah, it's a symbol of the oppression of police brutality. Nigerians don't hate the name SARS, Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Yeah, we don't want robbers on the streets as well. But what it stands for, it epitomizes the oppression, the extortion, the violence, the assaults carried out by the member of the Nigerian police force on a daily basis. So, and if the police actually understand what our fight was, they would have realized that our agitation wasn't really against them. It was against the government to actually effect change in Nigerian police for the betterment of the police and for the betterment of the people they are governing. So which is really sad. So going back to the incident on Sunday. So yeah, people were water hosed, properties were damaged for no reason. People were beaten silly just because they're protesting, and these police officers confronted people saying that, okay, now you want protest, Abby, and yes, all sort of things like that, and people were beaten. So this in itself refueled the anger of Nigerians that, okay, well, we're not where we want to be yet. And considering the fact that we all know that from what they've done, if we allow this to continue and we don't maintain a stand until we see this to the very end, then we only win the victory, we've not won the war. So it is important that you don't only say it on paper that changes are being made. People need to see the changes have been made, and over time there's a massive distrust in the process and the arrogance that comes with this attitude to the ENDSARS movement. It is appalling from the people we call our leaders. Take for instance, I understand for some governors, majority of the governors didn't come out. They've not come out to say anything. Yeah, so which is sad. Many of our well-meaning, or you would think well-meaning politicians or voices in the past have not come out to actually say anything about this, and few ones that have come out, if they are not patronizing, they talk down on the Nigerian youth like they don't know what they want. Case in point, Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, on Monday announced that any protest relating to ENDSARS movement is banned. Even if SARS has been banned and people believe SARS has been banned, you do not take away the right of protesters, which it's an appendage to part of what people are clamoring against, that you can't just keep clamping down on people. You can't just treat people like they are sub-citizens. They don't have rights. So, and credits to all PH people. Yeah, they showed Nigeria massive love yesterday. And honestly, my respect for people of Rivers State went up a notch yesterday. They didn't care. They went out. They protested in mass numbers, despite the governor saying SARS and police should arrest them. The police and SARS clearly didn't do it because obviously they know where they can do what they used to do. And he eventually came out yesterday and tried to align himself with the struggle. No, we don't want that. So we don't want political profiteers from our struggle. You guys have been there. You've done nothing for a long time. So, and regardless of whatever they want to say now, I remember in 2018 when Osinbajo was the acting president for a brief period. Where was the commission, the National Human Rights Commission it was meant to set up then? Or if it wasn't, if he didn't continue as the president when President Buhari came in, does that instruction just go out of the window and no one carried it on from there? So that distrust telling us that they want to, like, we need to be patient, it's not enough for people to hear. People need to see changes. When people start seeing changes, people will sheath their sword. And I meant that metaphorically. Nobody is attacking anyone. No one is carrying sword or gun this protest so far. So once people see changes, the Nigerian youth are not fools. They didn't expect you to just sack the whole police force or sack police force, but we need to start seeing accountability. The accountability should go beyond the police. The police should not be the one policing itself. That sounds ironic, but it is what it is. You can't ask the oppressor to look into itself and identify what's wrong with it. And it is patronizing. This is part of the reason why Nigerian youths are angry, right? Yeah, credit to Davido. He went to see the IG and the speaker on Monday, and yeah, he had some discussion with them. On that one, Nigerians youth they have difference of opinion on whether it should have gone, whether it shouldn't have. But I believe anyone that does anything to actually in furtherance of this struggle, whether they benefit on it directly or personally or not, I think credit should be given where credit is due. So yeah, he went there, he saw the IG, and what he's patronizing is telling Davido to set up his own independence committee to actually look into, actually see how the police, how the training is going to be on. That is patronizing. That's not what Nigeria wants. We are meant to have viable institutions that are meant to do this. If you're going to constitute a panel, you don't patronize us by just telling Davido, like Davido speaks for all of us, to set up his own committee. What does that mean? So things like that are what makes Nigerian youths think that this government is not sincere with this to our agitation on this ENDSARS. Also, the fear of reprisal attack by the Nigerian police is one thing that I understand, that and why a lot of Nigerians are fearful to actually leave the streets. It's strange to say, yeah. Not to take anything away from those that have lost their lives in the struggle, or may their souls rest in perfect peace, and may God give their family fortitude to bear the loss. And we Nigerian youth will continue to hold dear their memory for till we see an end to the change, till we see changes to how things have done. But Nigerian youths, I believe, feel safe being on the street right now while the struggle is on than they would be if they are not confident that there is going to be a result, or there is a result, and go home. As a bunch, we feel safer. The nefarious activities of the police has been on for a long time, and the way they pick the youths apart, and when they deal with them, it is just, we can't just keep going over that again because it is brutal. That's one way to put it. So if you ask them to go home now, we're already hearing it when they say it, when they attack some of the protesters, saying that, okay, well, so now one attack Abi, now one attack Abi. This kind of talk does not show contrition that these people are ready for a change. They want to work with us because they're serving and they're meant to be protecting us, not brutalizing, not oppressing Nigerian youths. The third thing that I think is important to talk about is the elements of divide and conquer that we used to see in our government when you want things to change. And this, with massive respect to everyone that's been in this protest, these are the things that are just busting my brain to say that, okay, so we can organize, we figure out like this to actually force things to change and do things differently. Is the fact that they start picking you apart, so to just sow seeds of discord, and you guys will not leave the main issues that you're focusing on, and now like start splitting them amongst yourself. For example, the video incident and the Sega Link incident has caused a bit of has been a bit unsettling in amongst the Nigerian youths as to their position, because people see you going in on certain and on firm on some mandates, even though most of you have gone in for self-interest, like, okay, we're on your own without actually consulting people, because no one actually represented no one actually asked Davido or Sega Link to represent them. The credit to Sega Link has been at this crusade for a while, and Nigerians appreciate it. But if this protest had not happened, this protest happening, it's the reason why we are forcing the changes we are getting now. It is not necessarily because of activities of the past. Yeah, it adds to it. The build-up has been there. The name tag has been there. But if we did not cause the country to a standstill the way we've been in the last few days, this change wouldn't have happened. Yeah, fine. Everyone could take stock and now say it's time to take profit or whatever. But to now say that they've given you what you want, they bent over backward, what else do you want? It is actually, it's not looking at the bigger picture, and it's insensitive. So that is and this is the kind of strategy that we've seen this government use to actually break up protests, break up agitations, even when they are often peaceful. What they'll do is go for, if most protests we've had in Nigeria, for example, we've always had an arrowhead, like this person is the person leading it. This protest is so big, and this is the first time we'll have a protest that you cannot say, well, carry the video, the protest is still on. Carry Sega Link, protest is still on. Carry files, I dare you anyway. The protest is still going to go on. So this is a faceless protest, and this is what makes it difficult for them to track or to actually use their divide and conquer that they used to do. Whatever you want to say about Showore's revolution now, what was done to Showore was unconstitutional and was unfair. And that epitomizes how this country, or how this government sees protest, and how they love to clamp down on protest. They miscalculated on this one. At first, they thought it was going to be Naira Marley heading the protest. Naira Marley withdrew from the protest, didn't it? But the protest still carried on. So these are some of the issues that are causing massive concerns to Nigerians on this whole ENDSARS protest. Once people start seeing change, once people see the government being proactive, and once people see them actually coming out of their comfort zone to actually better the lives of the people. We've still not seen, the president of Nigeria did an address on Monday, by the way, after the IGP did his address. Well, literally they said the same thing at different offices. The president said he has scrapped SARS. IGP said he has scrapped SARS, and they said the same thing. They said they will look into SARS, and Buhari said they will look into SARS as well. So, which is, it just looks like a template that you just drop all the time. So, and the reason why we're seeing a movement in the needle is because Nigerian youth have stayed course. Every minute we stay out protesting, we've seen a bit of change. We heard yesterday that the IGP is ordering psych evaluation for all former SARS officials. That is the start. We need them. It doesn't take rocket science. You don't need 6 months to set up an independent panel that will review and look into what SARS is doing and making it public that, okay, this is the panel, this is the body, this is how they've been constituted. It doesn't take rocket science to give us update on the investigation of people that have been killed. Jimoh Isiaka was killed on Saturday. I'm recording this on the Wednesday. I don't know if it go out on the Wednesday or later. But I'm recording this 4 days after. And we still haven't heard anything from the Nigerian police talking about it. If it's about election violence or armed robbery, they do parade of people. We've not heard anything. So these are some of the things that we've not heard or we've not seen from the government on how things need to change. And until these things are done, the great Nigerian youth will remain. This is a catalyst for change. This is the reference point where I believe we can say Nigeria will change for better. They've woken the sleeping giant. They've always called us lazy. This is time for a change. Some of very interesting nuggets have been thrown about, and I just have to say I have massive love and respect for Nigerian youth, and I'm proud, and I beat my chest to call myself a Nigerian. Let me know what you think about the video. When you go out there to protest, stay safe. If you can go in group, stay in group. Keep your phones with you so you can record whatever is going on around you. The police, they've been making up stories even when the protesters haven't done anything. So stay in groups, stay safe, don't be violent, and keep it up.
How many days can I wait? How many more can I take? In this hell on earth, from those who I serve. Mama say you won't belong, you just have to be strong. No one understands, no one really cares. I'm screaming, hoping you hear me now, now. I'm sinking, someone come pull me out. I'm the one with 9 lives, you only killed me 3 times. No surrender, no backing down, no more tears stuck in my eyes. Watch me go all over the world, I'm a star burning bright. Watch me go all over the world, the one you see up in the sky. Can you see me now? Hey, you can never catch me now. Hey, can you hear me now? Hey, you can never reach me now. Hey,